I'm just gonna share my stream real quick. Yeah, I notice every time I do a stream, I always forget to update the thumbnail. So I need to update the thumbnail to something that's not the same thing. Let's keep each other company during the live stream. I think I'm gonna add a poll for fun. Nope, nope, not that. Hmm. Oh, there I am. It's like, no, where did I go? I'm here. Um, let's do. I'm gonna ask for people's opinions about my chocolate chip. Is it the best? Is it the devil's work, or is it meh? Let's do one day. YouTube. VTuber. Yay. Okay. Yay. So, for those of you who are going to the Dan and Phil World Tour, congratulations. I wish I could go, but if you saw my recent shorts or my recent TikTok, I am broke. Broke and sad. But it's okay. It's okay. There will be another tour, I'm sure. Dan and Phil are addicted to touring, and it'll be fine. It'll be okay. Or so I tell myself to get myself through the night. Yay! Someone's here. Hello. Today is gonna be focused on self care because I felt sick yesterday and now I feel a little better today. Um, yeah, yesterday I literally just laid down most of the day in my pile of blankets and watched the new Netflix Avatar season 2, whatever. Um, Fun times. But when I'm sick, I am like a baby. I need to I need to be cared for, and I need to care for myself, and I need blankets and hot chocolate and love. um yeah, I I mean no one likes to be sick, but I desperately hate being sick. Especially when I don't know quite what's wrong. So yesterday I just felt very tired. I had an unexplained headache. Thank God for audio description because I'm able to rest and watch things at the same time with audio description. So it's good. So good. Oops, sorry. Um, yeah. So I watched the majority of season 2 yesterday, and I'm watching the final episode today. Overall, I think I've enjoyed this season way more than season 1. Um, and while it still had some issues like the uh constant telling in the script, weird meshing up the episodes in weird ways. It didn't quite work. Um, it was a vast improvement from season 1 in terms of writing at least. Yeah. Um, I also liked the design a lot better. It looked like I noticed that in season 1 when they went to the Northern Air Temple. During my rewatch, I noticed that for some reason it looked fake, and I couldn't figure out why. Because I know green screens are things that people use, and they use this big like surround screen, which is cool. But for some reason, the Northern Air Temple specifically looked fake, and I don't know why. Uh, so Ba Sing Se looked especially real to me, probably because they actually built a set outside, according to the behind the scenes stuff. I love Teddy. I wish she had more screen time. She's very adorable, and I thought they captured her personality really well, especially when um, she was she May and Azula found the tracks of Appa, and she was just hopping in the tracks. It was so cute. It was really cute. I also really love her outfit. It's very pink and pretty, and it stands out really well among the other colors and outfits in the show. So it's really nice. I also thought Azula was a much more improved performance in this season compared to season 1. It also helps that the writing for her was a little better, but also I think her performance in general just um improved. And yeah, um, they did adapt a surprising amount of things in the season. I was happy and excited and happy and surprised to see they adapted most of um the tales of Ba Sing Se. Uh, especially Toph and Sokka doing haikus. Wasn't necessary, no. Was it funny? Yes. Uh, and they gave them a little bit more screen time together, so I wasn't mad about it. It was cute, very cute. Also gives I guess a bit more of a look into things people can do in Ba Sing Se. Um, you know. Although I would like to know, I guess in terms of this show and the original, what is it like traveling between walls? Like, I feel like that the upper ring has a lot more mobility in terms of where they can go, but can the lower walls, can the residents of the lower walls go to the upper rings? It sounded almost like the lower rings, lower and upper were residential, whereas middle ring is kind of like business, education, commerce, things like that. So does that mean that people can go to the middle ring if they wish? Uh, we saw we got to see some the middle ring quarters, and I mean they look clean, kind of sparse, and smaller, but not bad. Um, yeah. So I just wonder, like, is traveling upward difficult, or is it just like, okay, you're in Boston, say you can go wherever you want, you just can't live where you want. So it's interesting. Oh, I also thought they did a good job of showcasing like the disparity between the lower rung, the middle rung, and the upper rung. For some reason, Long Feng and Professor Zay got a lot more screen time. Although I guess it was cool to see Sokka bonding with someone. That was cool. I didn't really understand the bond between Aang and Long Feng. I don't know. Maybe it was because I already been primed to suspect Long Feng, whereas, you know, I'd be curious to see if someone who was watching it without seeing the original show be curious to know how they felt about Long Feng, uh, and his relationship with Aang, kind of um their camaraderie. Uh, yeah. So it's good so far. Um, I love Zuko. Of course, Zuko and Teddy are my favorites, I think. Um, in terms of this show and in terms of their performances. Zuko and Teddy. Zuko's hair is so long now. It looks so good. He looks so pretty. I had to, um, yeah, I was like, oh my god, his hair. I had to check to see if his hair was longer, and it was. You know, when I was watching in my sick bed, I was like, Zuko, hair, good. Ugh. And Mia Check as Toph. I know people are probably interested to know how I felt about her performance. I liked it. I really liked it. I have a lot of little. There were a lot of little nuances that I liked that I could tell she had been trained well. And she became comfortable walking around and moving without vision. So that was nice to see. Her, just like I said in my video about the trailers, her physicality was really good for Toph, both as Toph and just as a blind person in general. Um, so that was cool. Good evening, Johnny. Hello. Thank you for joining. I'm talking about the new season of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the Netflix adaptation. So yeah, I Er, I approve of I approve of Mia Check's casting and her performance as much as I wish a blind actor had been cast. So I still stand by everything that I said. I think everything that I said is true and could be applied to many other cases of blind actors. So that's my opinion. I think that while it happened, she did a really good job, as I hoped she would. Uh, they still missed an opportunity to hire a blind actor. So that's where I stand on that. Overall, I really enjoyed her performance. Mm, yeah. Uh, it was cool to see. Let's see, what were some scenes I liked? Zuko and Katara had their little moment in the caves, or the catacombs, but in this case it was catacomb jail. Um, they were really fun. I think they have good chemistry. I thought there might be a little more Zutara moments. Considering some people were saying like he when he touched her scarf in season one, it kind of felt like they were leaning towards Zutara, and maybe they will. Who knows? Um, I'd be okay with Zutara or Katang. It would be interesting to see how they handle a romance in the show. Of course, romance wasn't even a huge part of the original show anyway, so I think it's good so far. Yeah, I agree. They probably had a time constraint as well. I cannot imagine trying to sift through 6,000 6,000 videos of people auditioning. So in the future, I think people should absolutely try to hire more inclusively. But I loved Zuko and Katara scenes. I also thought they added a bit more tension, a bit more flawed decisions between the characters and for the characters this time. Um, they're a little more active in Bossing Say, and their decisions all came to a culmination in a fight, which was cool. So I'd like to see that. Yeah, and I also thought we got a couple more moments between Team Avatar just as friends in the season, which is nice, and they felt a little closer this time than they did in season one. Like when Gadara called them Team Avatar in season one, I was like, okay, sure. uh, but we obviously saw a lot more dynamics between them this time instead of just shenanigans, like plot shenanigans. So I think that the time in Bossing Say really helped the show in that it probably didn't feel the need to rush through as many plot points or episodes as it did in season one. Plus, there wasn't as many exposition dumps as there was in season one. Probably because people are already a little more familiar with the world and bending and characters than they were in season one. So there wasn't as many uh, reasons for the writers to try to clunkily include things that we either already know, could tell through subtext, or may have needed to know more clearly in the show, with them, giving it to us in dialogue. uh, which it's weird how Netflix is supposed to be a little more mature. It's that's kind of how they pitched this idea to us. It's like a more mature version of Avatar, but the original show said a lot less in a lot less time and managed to do it better, especially in season one. But that's okay. We also saw Ursa in this season, and I I think the original was still better, still had more weight to it, but she was okay in this season. I liked seeing the moments between her and Ozai. That was probably my favorite. The moments between her and Zuko and her and Azula kind of fell flat for me. Um, Especially when she just stood by while Azula slapped Zuko. I get that she's somewhat subservient to Ozai in that she can't do everything to stop him from treating her children that way. But it was really weird to see it to see it so in your face in the show while Ursa was like standing there. Yeah, but it was cool to see Ursa and Ozai interact more. I would have loved to see that in the original show as well if we had time. Yeah. Mm, let's see. So I had a sick day yesterday, and I just lounged around and watched ATLA. Uh, Luckily, most of the time I just listened to it while I rested because I could use the audio descriptions. So that was really nice. Um, really grateful that they had audio descriptions in this show. And the audio descriptions were really good. They were also actually narrated by a blind actor. Or by a blind person. I don't know if he's an actor, but they were narrated by a blind person, Ross, which is one of Molly Burke's friends. I think she did an interview with him or something about audio description, and she posted her own video about Toph's casting. So I watched that, and she also mentioned that not only did the trailers, of course, have audio descriptions, but they were narrated by her friend along with the show. So them getting they did involve a blind person in that, which is cool. That's what I hear. Johnny says that's what I hate about superhero movies, especially Deadpool 1. They always have to tell where the hero or heroine comes from. I understand that, but you don't need that for Deadpool. Yeah, you probably don't need that for a lot of things. And in this show in particular, they were like, let's see, what's one example? In the beginning of season 1, they were like, oh, all the eyes will be on the Earth Kingdom when we attack the Earth Kingdom. And then they kept saying that. And then they were like, which means they'll be distracted and won't know about the real target. Which means we can attack elsewhere. Which means we can attack the air nomads. Which means we can attack the potential avatar because we don't know where we know he's gonna be in the air nation, but we don't know who he is, and which means we can kill him, which means we can take over the world. It's like, bro, we didn't need all that, okay? We just needed like say that they'll be distracted by the Earth Kingdom fight. Say that they'll be distracted by the assault on the Earth Kingdom, and then show us the assault on the Air Nation. Hi, Mimo. Mimo, Mimo. Thank you for joining. How do y'all feel about my new background? I think it's very pretty and um looks very nice to be in. I wish I was there. Yeah, it looks very summery. So I like that. Yeah. I was also sick yesterday, so I ordered myself um a burrito. Burrito is quite good. And then I made some muffins last night and I ate those and ate some this morning. That was really good. I I tried to make sure I had things to eat and drink, even though I was just kind of laying in bed all day. Nemo says it has a very breezy vibe, which is nice. Yes, I agree. I totally agree. I also saw Toy Story. What is it? Toy Story 5 this week. We it was we wanted to go to the movies, and so I'm never passing up the chance for popcorn. So that was really good. The popcorn was really good. As for the movie, I enjoyed it. My sister said it was kind of pointless, but it was cute. Um, you know, A cute little outing, cute little movie. Why not? I didn't feel like I really needed to see that movie in particular, but I enjoyed going to the movies in general and seeing stuff and eating popcorn. And yeah, I'm one of those people who's like, I have to get something at the movies. Like, if not popcorn, something. Like, I don't understand people who can just go and not get anything unless they're quite poor, which I would have been if my family hadn't paid for me. But if you have the money and you're able to go to the movies, how do you go without any snacks? Any snacks at all? Like, it's okay if you don't like popcorn. What about like candy or drinks or gummies? Something. I have to have something. I really want popcorn now. That's the issue. That's also the issue with streaming and the death of video stores is that you don't have an excuse to go buy as many snacks now. I guess you could go to the store and buy snacks and take them home and watch your movie or show, but it's not the same. Johnny says the last movie I saw was Roofman with Kirsten Dunst. It was a good movie. Oh, I haven't heard of that. Mima says sometimes she forgets about the snacks, but they are nice to have. Yes, they really are. I need like something. Hmm. Oh, Iron Lung. Nice. I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things. I've heard good things. Um, let's see what else happened this week. Dan and Phil announced their world tour, which is very exciting. I was right. It was indeed a astronaut helmet. It was indeed a world tour. Uh, I was really excited to see the cute little photos and photo shoot they posted for it. Very adorable. Am I going to the world tour? No, because as you saw in my latest short or TikTok, I am broke, so I could not go. But that's okay. One day I'll go. Oh, I hope that you can go uh to see the movies you want, Johnny. Why does my avatar keep? Why does she keep going toward the bottom of the screen? There's nothing down there, girl. He's grinding for snacks. Goodness. I did check the Dan and Phil tickets out of curiosity, and most of them are already sold out. Especially like VIP and pre-show tickets, sold out. There's some general admission, or some people are like selling their general admission tickets. But a lot of the shows just sold out completely, which is exciting for them, but not good for people who wanted to see them. I'm also excited because on the 4th of July we're going on vacation. That'll be nice. Get to leave home and do something fun. Get to leave home and do something cool. Yeah, I spent most of this week working on the Big Top video, and then it was kind of anticlimactic when I released it. Maybe I need to plan some kind of release activity, like a cake or something. I don't know. It's just kind of like, oh, I did all this work, posted it, immediately fell asleep and crashed and had a sick day. And then it's just kind of anticlimactic for me. Oh no, you're okay, Johnny. You're good. Um, yeah, I knew that. I know that most people listen to these while they're doing other stuff, especially work stuff. So you're good. Yeah, you must be working. Must be a work day. Meow meow meow. I haven't watched the playthrough for If on a Winter's Night yet. Because I'm lazy. I also had a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff planned this week. No, shut up, Alexa. Alexa, stop. Alexa, no one was talking to you. Alexa, shh. No one was talking to her. Trying to hijack my live stream. Mimo says the 4th of July is really funny for me because there are big celebrations in the US. I'm over here celebrating the day I realized that was queer. Independence. Yeah, I'm not a patriotic person, so I don't celebrate the 4th of July in that way, but I do think that it's a good opportunity to take off of work. Congratulations, Mimo. Oh, Johnny says, how about you show blah blah blah. How about you show such videos in the stream before posting them? That might be a cool idea. Like a little watch party. I like that idea. I mean, do that. Yes, independence from social norms. I like that. Yeah. Sounds really fun. Ooh, speaking of watch parties, okay, so I'm gonna do a poll, but I was thinking, it might be really cool to have a Patreon page where I can host the part of the Slumber Party stream where we watch anime together. It might be a way to like watch everything and then have a record of it, and also had be able to watch it together without copyright issues. I know we can also do Discord watch party, so that might be an option. Yeah. Can either of you access? I know. You're both on Discord, right? Oh, Johnny says yes, do Patreon. Yeah, I think Patreon would be fun because it does give you like alerts and stuff through email or text, whatever. Um, when things are posted, maybe I could do like extras or something if it contains like copyright music or copyrighted stuff. Okay, yeah, I think it'd be a good idea, and it'd be fun to have. It would be fun to have all that like on Patreon. So I'll definitely do that. Yay! It has been decided. As for the actual anime that we'll watch, it looks like Call of the Wild or Frieren are gonna win. I think we'll probably end up watching all of them at some point, but we'll start off with like the higher voted ones. In that way, yeah, we'll start off with the higher voted ones, and then we can go on to the other ones. I might end up doing more polls in the future, or I'll just go by like the number of votes for each season, each show. So that'll be really exciting. For my subscriber summer, I'm hoping to start the Slumber Party streams soon. All I really need is to pick a time, which it looks like it's going to be the same times as my normal stream because more people can join. And I'm also needed to figure out the watch party thing. Oh, Johnny says, yeah. I'm glad so many people voted for Call of the Night. It surprised me. Yeah, I was excited that that one got a lot of votes because I was really excited to watch that one. It looks really cool. And then I think the next highest was Frieren, which is not surprising. That one's really popular, so I'm sure a lot of people are looking to watch it or rewatch it. So really excited to watch those shows, especially Call of the Night because I love vampires, as you know. We ended up talking about vampires a lot on this channel. I've already put together like what these summer party streams are going to look like. I just need to finalize which background I'm using for them and also finish up a few logistical things, but it should start soon. Slumber party. Slumber party together. A couple other ideas I have. I would also love to do like a streaming challenge, like to see how long I can stream. I know that YouTube makes you stream like if you were doing a 24-hour stream, you'd have to stream 12 hours and then start a new stream. Um, but I might just try it like see how long I can stream within 12 hours. One day. I would need a lot of snacks though. Oh, Johnny says free rent is good for older people because it just acknowledges a lot of feelings that you have. I agree. I agree, especially because it encourages you to like live in the moment and or rather appreciate what you have and be present. Because Freyrin hadn't always been present or um really focused on her relationships and her connections as much as she should have. But that's changing. So uh, it is a really relatable message. It's also a very pretty show, and it's also quite relaxing for the most part. There are a lot of action scenes, but um like there are a lot of really good action scenes, but a lot of the show is very slice of life, uh, slow living type of vibes, which meshes with the message very well. Sorry, I'm just staring at my background because I realized the water moves. And the water moves. It's really cool. And the plants hanging in the background also move. So I'm basically in front of a couch on like a balcony. There's some sheer curtains, open windows, and then in the middle, of course, is just fully open to the sky and the moving waves beyond. And then there's a little chair in the corner and some flowers. There's some shelves with a lot of flowers on them. So it's very breezy and vibrant. How about some easy listening music? Oh, I forgot about the easy listening music. Hang on. Hang on, we need some tunes. We need some music. The music. Come on. Hang on, there's an ad. No ads. It's an ad. Bankrupted company today. Should be playing. Let me check my audio. Yay. How's this for you, chat? Chill vibes. Thanks, Mimo. Hi, Mobius. We're dancing to chill music. And nice to have you here. I'm glad you could join. That's okay. I was a little late this time too. We're listening to music. And I yapped a lot about Avatar Last Airbender, my experience with the Danville tour, being broke. Oh, let me plug in my PC. Plug in the PC! Ah! 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 Don't die! Okay. This was supposed to be a peaceful stream, and it's just me screaming. we've also talked about how to handle some channel logistics. So, in order to make myself feel better when or feel like in order to celebrate big videos coming out, that aren't part of live streams, I'm gonna live stream. I'm gonna play the video during the live stream first, so I'll private it and then play it for you, play it for people in the live stream. We can watch it together, have fun, and then I'll post it fully for everyone else. Might be a fun way to share and commemorate, celebrate like bigger videos that I make. And it's also cool to see a live reaction. And then we discussed the Slumber Party streams, which will be about the same time as my regular stream, just a different theme, bit of a different style. And part of this is gonna include watching an episode of anime together. And we talked about Patreon. So we would essentially meet up here, and then we would migrate over to Patreon to watch anime together. Just so that copyright doesn't bot me. I don't want to get bopped by copyright. And that way it's still like a community space. You can also go back and like rewatch the streams on Patreon. Whereas I don't think with Discord Watch Party, I don't think you can go back and watch stuff. So far, Call of the Night and Fragrant are winning, which is cool. So I think that'll be fun. Arisa the Kitsune. Hi, hello. I'm a wolf. Nice to meet you. Nice to see a Kitsune here. Is your name Arisa from Fruits Basket, or is that just your name? Thanks for joining, Arisa. I like your username, it's very pretty. Hi, Arisa. Yeah, cool name. Thanks for joining. We're listening to a lo-fi track right now that I commissioned. The full thing's on my channel. Miwa likes your name too. Nice to see a new face here. Where did you come from? Wait, that sounded accusatory. Like, where did you come from? where have you discovered me from? Oh, I think Arisa went away. Oh no. Anyway, so those are some updates, and I'm really excited about future plans for the channel. So my goal is still 1,000 subscribers by the end of summer. It's a bit ambitious, but I do have about 720 now. So I think if I keep pushing and keep making videos, I can make it. Hi, Arisa. Yeah, that's okay. That happens. Ambitious but not impossible. Yes. True. There's a difference between those two things. We can be ambitious. Hello, Arisa. How did you find my live stream? Thank you, Mimo. I hope I can do it. and you all have been here supporting me, so I feel like it is possible. And then there's something about 1,000 subscribers that feels really cool. Like when you're a small creator, any amount of subscribers is amazing, even one. But 1,000 sounds really cool, and it's kind of, I don't know. I feel like the first 100 is really hard to get, and then once you get your first 100, it kind of grows from there because it's like a snowball. More people know about you, so more people are sharing your content. And it'll be kind of like that with 1,000 subscribers because 1,000 can build upon itself. Arisa says, I don't know. I found one of your shorts the other day and I said, yeah, I'll subscribe. You seem genuine enough for me to listen to. Thank you. Thank you. What? That's so nice. Thank you for joining here as well. Arisa, do you like any games or anything? Or are you into, like, what are you into currently? Mimo says, yes, when I got 100 subscribers from doing Luxembourg, it felt so cool. Oh, what's Luxembourg? What's Luxembourg mean? Is it like an event? Like Inktober? Arisa draws mainly, but plays some games. Nice. I can't draw. I wish I could draw. Wish drawing was in my capabilities, but it is not. Could draw some stick figures. I did take art in high school, and they kind of broke it down a little bit more so you could paint or draw over a grid, and it kind of, each square broke down each piece of the art. So you weren't drawing a whole face, you were drawing like a circle or a curve or something. So that definitely helped. And I was able to draw people and things, but other than that, I'm not an artist. Mimo says, guess it's very similar to Inktober. Every day at Luxembourg, conlangers who participate make up a new word for their conlang. Oh, that's cool. So Luxembourg's like a lexicon. I like that. Yeah, I saw on your Tumblr you speak a lot of languages. Impressive. Okay, Arisa. Yeah, thank you for joining initially. And if you have to go to work later, that's totally fine. Because a lot of people pop in and out. Mima was in and out of meetings all the time last week. The meetings! The meetings, no! Scary! No, Mimo, that's really cool. Because, like, speaking is part of it, but understanding is a bigger part of it to me. And then once you have some of the basics down, you can pretty much communicate, even a little bit, which is cool. The whole point of language is to communicate, so it's really cool that you are focused on learning a lot of languages and trying to build up your like the amount of people that you can talk to. Each new language is a new person to talk to. Not the meetings, yes. Arisa says, be prepared, English isn't my first language. That's okay. That's perfectly okay. A lot of my audience is international, actually. So if you don't understand something, just let me know and we'll try to explain. What is your native language? Oh, Mimo, your first language is Czech. Yeah, that makes sense. Wait, is it pronounced like that, Czech? Or is that wrong? Arisa says Japanese is my native language. Cool. Hello. So we have Czech, we have Japanese, we have German, we have English, and then Conlang and a whole bunch of other languages that Mimo speaks. Oh, I'm pronouncing Czech correctly. That's good. Good, good. Yeah, I wanted to make sure because I wasn't quite sure. Because sometimes the English spelling isn't always how it's pronounced in that language. They'll stretch out across all continents. Yes, we're just collecting people from each continent, and then slowly each territory, city, state, each town, and then the whole world. Antarctica might be difficult. How is the internet in Antarctica? Oh yeah, there are too many words in English that are the same. Arissa says two as in to do something, TOO, and then the number two are all pronounced the same, and that is difficult. Same thing with there, and there. Like, why did they have to be pronounced the same but spelled slightly differently? Why couldn't they have just come up with a new word? Yeah, it's okay. Even native English speakers get these mixed up. It sounds like you understand pretty well. And you're learning, so that's good. You can practice here. You write English really well too. Your spelling is so good. I struggle really badly to spell in Russian. I can read and write. I can read and understand some things, but writing is really difficult. I have to like spell check and stuff like that. Reading is also difficult, but not as difficult now. Mimo says your English is good too. Yeah. There's a lot of people here who have different experiences with different languages, so I feel like you'll be in good company and that we all know the experience of, trying to learn a new language and participate with that language and all the nuances of that can be difficult. Arisa says, you speak Russian? Немного. Немного. Mm, я понимаю иногда. So um, I speak a little bit, but I don't always understand. I don't always know how to phrase what I want to say. I also was studying it often, but now I don't study as much, and so my Russian is less. Typically, though, if I listen to it or read it, it'll start to come back to me, and then my Russian speaking will start to become a little bit better as well. Arisa, I know that in Japan there's like the northern part of Japan they have a lot of Russian language up there. So is English your main language? Yes. English is my main language, and then the only other one I know is some Russian, like on a very basic level, and then a tiny bit of Spanish, um, which is arguably an easier language for English speakers to learn because it's quite similar. But I took it in high school and then I never really focused on it. So my Spanish is worse than Russian. Oh no, Mimo! Mimo says I once made a fool of myself in a tram when I mistook Russian that some passengers were speaking for European Portuguese. That's really funny. No, a lot of languages are they can sound similar. Um, and then of course you have languages that are just naturally very similar to each other, even to native speakers. Like there's a lot of crossover. I mean, um, someone once posted a video. They're like had a listening device, and they were like listening to people speaking other languages, and they started following them, and they're like, hey, I know that word. That's how it feels to speak a different language. You're like, I know this word. Arisa says I took German and English classes but dropped German. It makes even less sense than English to me. That's pretty, yeah. That's pretty bad because English doesn't make any sense at all. Mimo said, and this happened one day after I actually did have a conversation in Portuguese with some woman from Portugal in another tram. Poor Mimo. Poor Mimo. What are you saying, Johnny? Nerfer. The D. D. He's got XD after. What did you just make me say? My favorite word in Russian is yablitsky. Yablitsky. La 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 la. Yablitsky. 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 Oh my god. Why can I not speak yablitsky? Yablitsky. Yablitsky. It's like small apples. Arisa says I'm more familiar with English due to being around so many Americans constantly compared to Germans. Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of people, like a lot of times English is taught as a second language, so it makes sense. I think, oh, 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 Mima says, I think that would probably mean only for you, still remember enough German. Not sure though. And then Johnny says only for her. Oh, to me it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, okay, fair. That's fair. Fair, fair. In Czech we would call them jab, jablička, jablička, jablička. How do you pronounce the I? Jablička. That's cute. For some reason, chka makes things cuter to me. Probably because in Russian it's to make things smaller, but it just sounds cute. Chka. It's pronounced yablichka. 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 No, they're very similar. Yeah. Yablichka. Yablichka is a little bit easier to say. That is a really cute word. Yeah, a lot of idioms, a lot of idioms don't make sense. In English, let alone other other languages. But to be fair, a lot of idioms just don't make sense on their own. We just kind of created them for no reason. Where did my avatar go? Hello? Where are you? Where am I? Oh, there I am. Yablichka. Oh, I can't read. You could say. Let's see. Arisa says she could say something in Japanese, but I can't pronounce it because I can't read. Boo! I can't read. Maybe my screen reader could read. Hang on.
こんにちは、エリサと申します。日本で生まれました。Button. Add emotes. Button. Chat message input. Chat. Ellipsis. こんにちは、エリサと申します。日本で生まれました。Button. Actions available.
Ah.
Voiceover off. エリサと申します。日本で生まれました。Button. Add emotes. Button. Chat message input. こんにちは、エリサと申します。日本で生まれました。Button. Actions available.
Yeah. Cool. I'm Marisa from Japan is the rough translation. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. How was my screen reader pronunciation? Did my screen reader pronounce it okay? I'm sorry, I assumed your name was from Fruit Basket. I know that's just a Japanese name. Okay, the screen reader wasn't too far off. Or probably not, the correct. Yeah, it might also depend on what voice I use. Like what voice I'm using, for the screen reader. Arisa, do you live in like southern Japan or northern Japan or like a big city area? I'm curious. You don't have to say the exact location. I live somewhere very hot. But a lot of my audience live in very mild places. Arisa says, I'm from Japan. I live in the United States now. However, my father was stationed in Japan and met my mother. Then I moved to the United States when I was young. That's cool. Nice. Johnny says we had 105 degrees Fahrenheit today. Oh, never mind. Never mind. It's not mild. It's very hot over there too. What is going on in the world? Why is everyone experiencing heat waves? Global warming. Anyway. Maybe we should sacrifice companies to appease the weather gods or the global warming gods. Mimo says, I love that your screen reader can actually switch languages. Orca has problems even with reading chat messages in the first place. No, that's so true. Very true. Hi, Agatha. I remember you. Welcome. Yeah, my screen reader can switch to any language. Sometimes it doesn't pronounce it very well. Basically, with Russian, I have to switch to the Russian screen reader for it to pronounce it well. It's like when I'm in the English screen reader and there happens to be like a Russian line or Russian word, it'll pronounce it using the Russian voice. But if there are, like a big text of Russian, like if a fanfic was translated into Russian, I would switch to the Russian speech and listen to it because it'd be um, better, and then it wouldn't try to randomly switch to English, and it would, yeah. So, but it does pretty good with short form, short form moments of other languages. Is anyone here a fan of Dan and Phil, or am I just talking to myself about them? Mimo, you're on Tumblr. Do you know who Dan and Phil are? I need a snack. Snack, snack. Mimo says I do, but I only found out about them when they came out as gay. And all of Tumblr went crazy for a week. A week? I feel like it was at least a month. But definitely a week. It was intense. Everyone was talking about it. Yeah. I watched them as early as Dan's, what was it, Bahama disaster video? Bahamas incident where he got sent to the Bahamas because his visa to the US was being weird. Could you please turn up the live stream volume a little? Yes. Yes, yes. Is this better? How is that? Yeah, so I followed them for a long time and was mostly following Dan. Uh, and then I started following both of them when they came out with their Halloween conjoined twins Rice Krispie video where they baked while wearing a big shirt together. So they're making Rice Krispies treats. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad the volume's better. Mimo says it was one of those, oh my god, that's so nice for all of you. I wish I knew what's going on moments for me. Yes, I have a lot of those moments. So it was nice to actually be part of something for once, because usually I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I watched Dan's coming out video and he said that he and Phil were soulmates and more than romantic. So I assumed that that was him coming out uh as a couple in addition to coming out as gay. But I guess either people didn't get it or they wanted it to be a more explicit, moment where they came out together. So that was cool. They're free. They're free now. Yeah, it's like walking into a theater and everyone is celebrating and you have no idea what's going on. I am in need of a snack. What should I eat? I think I might get one of the muffins that I made. A chocolate chip muffin. They were pretty good. So I made them and oh, hang on. Yeah, I made chocolate chip muffins and but I only made 6. So Arisa says go get a snack if you want one. Yes, thank you. I'll go get a snack and then I'll come back. I'll be right back. Behave, chat. have returned. I have returned with snack. Snack time. Snack time. Snack time. It's snack time, chat. Let's see what you got up to while I was away. let's let's sing a song like always look on the bright side. What happened? Y'all are funny. The snack is a chocolate chip muffin. I made it. Chocolate chip muffin. I would share some with you, but we haven't developed that technology yet. Hmm. Yummy. Oh, yummy. Arissa, you said you play games? What kind of games do you play? Hmm. Some Nintendo games. Oh, nice. be, beat me some muffins, Scotty. If only. No, seriously, why is that not a thing yet? You would think that, you know, well, technology we have, we would do something with food and being able to share food through like virtual means. You know, like 3D printing, but food. Has no one thought about this? No, they were too worried about ChatGPT instead of important things like food and sharing food with your friends. Ah, oh, got tangled in my wires like a fax. Welcome back, Arisa. Fax me a muffin, Scotty. That would be really nice. Maybe one day. One day they'll do it. Or I'll do it. I'll patent it. Welcome back, Arisa. So do you play like Nintendo Switch? Because that's mostly what I play. And then some PC games. Obviously, um, I'd love to play other games, but sometimes they're harder to see. At least with my PC, I can get closer. I can, the screen's bigger, that kind of thing. And also, with my Switch, I can just take it anywhere. And it's smaller. You can hold it, and it does have accessibility features like a zoom feature. So if there's like text or something I can't read, I can use that. Whereas I tried playing some online phone games like Honkai Star Rail, but the text is so small um, that, you know, when they got rid of some of the voice actors, I couldn't engage with the material as easily because it wasn't voice acted and some of the text was very small. I was mostly able to go on YouTube and watch a cutscene, and I could zoom in from there. Or mm, oh, or I could take a picture of the subtitle and like zoom in and read it from there. Not as fun or as easy as listening to voice actors, though. Arisa's asking, what do I do as a VTuber? No, that makes perfect sense. I mostly do cozy content, so like chatting like this, some self-care stuff, I do some games, so both in terms of live streams and in terms of just random games I play and post to the channel. I do content about like self-care. um I do some I have some songs and some ambient noise on my channel. And then I also post stream highlights that are cute or funny. So I'm a kind of a variety VTuber. But most of I'd say if you join the live streams, you're getting most of the content. Because that's a lot of the videos I post are from live streams because that's where all the fun happens. I also post about blindness and accessibility. So if you're interested in that and all, I do that sometimes. Yeah, Star Rail. You sound like you would be a good counselor. I think that's what they're called in America. Yes. Uh, they're a lot of people call them therapists, but they're actually counselors or so like a licensed professional counselor. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's very kind. Mobius, you like Honkai Star Rail too? Hmm. Janu says that there's a lot of accessibility options in the Gothic remake for visual impairments and hearing. Cool. That's cool. Um, I'll have to check it out. Mobius says my favorite characters are Fishstyle and Hua. I love Fishstyle. I love the hell out of Fishstyle. Mm. Um, I love Fishstyle and Hua. Um, oh my god, what's her name? Not Li Shu. Mm. The barefoot girl with the sword. From the Cienjo. I also like March. But Fish Out was amazing. I also like Jacha, the blind dude. He's cool. Yeah, blindness in Honkai Star Rail was a bit of a mixed bag for me. Oh, Ling Shaw is really cool too. Ling Shaw. Good choices there, Mobius. Arisa says, "Are you partially blind?" I was the one that said I'm blind in one eye. Cool. Yes. I have some remaining vision in one eye. Yeah, it's nice to see someone who also has a lack of depth perception, because like usually in the blind community, while there is a lot of variation in blindness, usually it's uh the same amount of vision or same visual impairments in both eyes, whereas for me, I'm completely blind in one eye and have some remaining vision in the other eye. So a lot of people don't understand lack of depth lack of depth perception. Counselor B of the USS Enterprise. Thank you. Mimo says, "I hope I'll be finishing my playthrough of The Veil this week. I'll be giving a presentation on blind accessibility in games, and it would be good to have finished the examples I'll be using." No, this is really amazing. That's awesome. It's a really good game in general and in accessibility. And it's really cool that you're doing a presentation on accessibility. It's really exciting. Mommy says, "Let's go, Fish Out fans unite." Yes. Agata is bringing up Japan and Brazil facing each other in the next World Cup match. Yeah. Arisa says, "Oh no." And Johnny says, "Brazil is a tough nut to crack." Arisa says, "I have two color eyes. I don't know what Americans call that, but I'm blind in my left eye that is blue." Mm. Yeah, yeah. Heterochromania. Yeah, heterochromania. That's cool. Yeah, I was correct. Yay. Oh, Moby says, "Another character I like is Cypher in Yao Guang. Cypher is full of whimsy in Yao Guang. I love the design for him." Yeah, let's see. It's been a while since I played Honkai Star Rail. I need to re-download it, but I lost. Uh, I had to sacrifice it for the Love and Deep Space Gacha Gods to allow me to keep playing Love and Deep Space. Right, I found all the characters. Maybe I'll find the list. I liked Adventurine. He was fun. Cypher has a really cool design too. Um, Evernight is really pretty. Oh, you know who I love? Fush Fushan, pink haired girl from the Angel. She's really cool. Love her. Um, I think Kafka has a hot voice. Like her voice is really attractive. I also ended up liking Python and Mighty, and I ship them as well. Yeah. Oh, it's Yunli. Yunli is the girl that I really like. With she's barefoot from the Xianzhou, and she has the sword. She's a swords master. Yunli. You know who I don't like? Sanpo. Sanpo is very annoying, and I don't like him. I also grew to dislike some of the characters that I kept getting in the gacha system, even though I didn't dislike their characters in the actual game. Like Clara, I kept getting Clara. I'm like, I don't I don't need Clara, nor would I want to take her into battle considering she's a child. So I got her. Didn't really enjoy playing her. Um, so yeah, but I love Fei Xiao. I use Fei Xiao in battle all the time. Air Nation, hi! Air Nation's here. Have you played League of Legends? I play that in my free time. No, I I haven't. I saw Arcane. Sorry. I saw Arcane and it was quite good. So I was like, man, there should be a video game about this. And I found out about League of Legends. Um, Air Nation's Air. Well, his name is Air Mantis, but I call him Air Nation. And he says, "You don't get to do this live without me this time. I'm not doing the live without you. I waited just for you." No, an ad. Go away. Sorry, I didn't realize the music had um been annoyed had gone away. This is like an annoying ad. I did wait for you, Air Nation. I'm here, aren't I? Hello. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, at least two lives you miss. Oh, that's copyrighted music. Nope. Hang on. I'm trying to get the music back. That's okay. You're here now, and you can always rewatch old live streams if you want. Moby says, "Man, this arcane show is amazing. There should be a game about the story. Do we tell her?" It's so no. That was my exact thought process. Um, my exact thought process. I don't know if I want to discover. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I will. I love Jinx. Jinx is my child, my baby, my my Blow. I love her. Um, League of Legends is fun though. Yeah, I I haven't played it. I've seen some gameplay and it looks cool. Jinx looks especially cool. But the show was very depressing at times, though. But I think it would be fun. I'd play. Who was your favorite character in League of Legends slash Arcane? Because mine is Jinx, of course, and Echo. Moby says it's a lot of fun. It could be toxic, but if you can get in with a good group, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I feel like that is the majority of games or fandom things. Unfortunately, if you look at the wider picture of fandom, things can look toxic because you're seeing like they're very loud people, and of course, the more toxic someone is, the more their stuff is going to be spread around. So we also think that that's the majority of the fandom, when usually it's not. And also, usually if you get in with a good group with anything, you're probably going to enjoy it. I played against T1 a few times. They're scary. Ah. I'm also not very good at games. Like I mean, I I play games, but I'm not someone who's like good at games. Like I need a lot of learning time and a lot of things that are just kind of normal or commonly known among gamers I don't know. So like the gacha stuff, gacha system I didn't understand. Different point systems, different attacks took a long time for me to get used to. Especially because people, of course, they already know what they're talking about, so they use code names and like abbreviations and stuff. So it's like, you need the meat morp to get the moop. It's like, oh yes, the meat morp. Yes, I know what that is. Ari is the only one I try to use if I'm able to, Aries says. Oh, good idea. Johnny, we're planning to stream anime. So around the same time as my lives, which is around uh 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time, we're doing a slumber party themed live stream, and then toward the end, we're gonna migrate to Patreon, and we're gonna stream some anime together. If you want to join, you like Echo and League? That's cool. Moby says you don't need to be good at games to have fun playing them. I'm absolute garbage in Dark Souls, but it's fun to repeatedly throw myself back into the boss fight until I finally win. That's good. Sometimes I feel like if I don't understand all the things about it, then I shouldn't be playing. So it can sometimes be a bit intimidating. Yes, it's brute force. We're brute forcing things. Yes. Brute force. Oh, I should probably make my Patreon and then um be able to post it in my posts page. Let me see. How do I sign up for like my own Patreon? I want to create my own. um. Oh, I need to sign it. Okay. Maybe I should. I'll try this. Just. Yeah. Yeah, I think we can. I am back. I have returned. um, let's see. Maybe I can do it on my phone. Monkey brain goes brr. Yeah, that's relatable. I want to create my own. Annoying. Okay, so let's get started. Oh, good. It's good that the URL is not taken. It's really late here, should probably go to bed, but it was really nice to be able to catch the stream again. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, sometimes you just have to go all out and see what works. There's probably no one right way to do it. Thank you for joining. Alright, say hi everyone. Okay, here you go. It should be a link. Have fun. You have fun at work. Alright, it should work. Alright. It exists. It's saying it doesn't exist. The cute wolf girl on my screen is right here. Thank you. What about the one in the actual posts on my channel? How is it now? Hmm, weird. Let me try. Hmm. Okay. Can you see now? Maybe it just needed a second to load. Better? Yeah, I can see it on my end. And I'll probably post the introduction video or something. Yee. Yay. You're funny. It works on my on my Patreon page. That's one way to let me know. Thank you. It worked. The cute wolf on our screen is real. Yes, it is true. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is up to you. Yay! I'm really excited for the future updates. Alright, I think, yeah, I think that's all for today, but I will see you on Monday for sure. I'll see you on Monday. Hope to see you both on Monday. Bye! Bye bye!